Hello, everyone. How y'all doing? Thanks for jumping in. So, listen, I wanted to talk to you all about something very personal today. About 1.1 billion women across the globe are going through. Some people view it as being a taboo, you know, or they still stigmatize it. But the truth of it is, women are going through menopause. You heard me, menopause. And I'm one of those women. And I'm going to tell you, that I'm saying it out loud. Too many of us are staying silent, and our silence is costing billions of dollars. And no, it's not just hearsay. In fact, according to Mayo Clinic, $26.6 billion was lost in 2023. And there's a new study that came out from the RAND research that says $5.4 billion is lost in productivity. Now, what does that mean? That means women are working while suffering in silence. Or are they? See, because when it says loss of productivity, that means they're not going in to work. They're calling in sick, taking vacation, using their FMLA, things of that nature. Or they're present while at work, but not really paying attention to what's going on. And I know the deal. See, I'm in the mortgage industry, and I've been in that industry about 33 years, more than half my life. And during that time, I thrived. I had peaks and valleys. I did. But in 2022, my life just changed tremendously. I would go to work. I would stare at the computer, looking at contracts, and wouldn't remember what I was staring at. I had something called word fluency, where I would be speaking and mid sentence forget the rest of the sentence. Just words would not come out. That cost me time. It cost me clients, which cost me money. See, the more deals I close, the more money I make. And if I'm not closing deals because I'm not cognitive of what's going on in the transaction, then I lose money and I lose business. And I lost relationships. I lost numerous relationships because I just couldn't hold it together. I didn't know what was going on. I'm telling you, I had brain fog that was bigger than this fro on my head. Some days was so foggy, I didn't know what to do. So I did nothing. Stayed at home. Developed some habits that not compatible to who I am. I found myself watching television. I'm not a television person. I used to read. I couldn't read because I couldn't retain the information I was reading. And I know people say that menopause, you just push through. But what happens when a woman can't push through? What happens when life just stops? I know some women experience depression so deep they can't get out of bed. I have days where I can't get out of bed, not because of depression, but because my mind says yes, but my body says no. We're going to lay here for a little while. Or I'm thinking and I don't have a clue what I'm thinking about. How about looking for something that's right in front of you? Hold on, hold on. I'm looking for my tablet. I can't find it. And you're on it. Or the telephone. Lots of women do that. Men too, but we're talking about menopause. And I'm just talking about career. I'm talking about employment, productivity. I'm even talking about the other things like the sleepless nights, waking up at 2 a.m., not being able to go back to sleep, and going to work. You're deprived. You have sleep deprivation. That affects your ability to do your job effectively. So menopause is a lot of things to a lot of people. But when we look at the economic impact, because very few people are talking about this, When we look at the economic impact, we only can look at ourselves and say, is my menopause affecting my economics? Am I going to work sharp? Am I going after deals I would have gone after? Am I talking to people that I normally would talk to? How about my ability to network or spot things? It slowed down. And yeah, aging may have something to do with it, but your hormones has a lot more to do with it than we would like to admit. See, some of us don't talk about it because we're not aware. We're thinking menopause is, what do you call it? Hot flashes and night sweats, mood swings. It is. But it's also brain fog, word fluency, deep sleep deprivation, and several other cognitive things. A lot of women find themselves having extreme anxiety. So that means our mental health. So I just want to come on here and say, don't be fooled by the conversation. Menopause is a lot more than HRT. And believe it or not, I'm not a doctor. And this is just informational. And this is my story. But what's yours? What's your menopause story? How has menopause affected your economics? This is Cyan Maxey, the Menopause Catalyst, and thank you for joining Beyond Grandma's Menopause. Because on this podcast, we talk about menopause beyond what your grandma experienced. I hope you tune in soon. Thanks.